I continue to be fascinated by Katt Williams and now Terrence Howard and how Eddie Griffin and others are speaking, and Chappelle, as to the feminization and emasculation and the castration, if you will, of the black male within certain subgenres of black entertainment, black film, and the like. Now, you have to be blind to not notice this. You have to be blind not to say, wait a minute, this is apparently a systematic attempt on the part of a lot of people who and we never can. Let me just stop right there. Don't ever waste your time figuring out why. Don't ever figure out why. Why is this happening? Who is behind it? Is it the New World Order? Is it the Illuminati? Is it the shadow government? I don't know. Is it Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum? We can go on that direction forever. And the reason why we should stay away from it is because if you are wrong, specifically in that particular theory, what happens is then they will get away from the subject matter and argue as to your source. So we'll talk about that later. So just do me a favor. Why is a wonderful thing? Don't ask why now. Why is unimportant? But what we're hearing is, and what I'm finding fascinating, and I could really, really go into depth, but I've got to reel myself in, because you must understand something, and I think Black America knows this. Whenever a group, whenever a faction, whenever a not a substrate, but a substratum of a group, of an ethnicity, of a country, of a religion, of a movement, whenever they are sold out, you always look first to see the individuals within that clique or that clan or that tribe or that ethnicity or that group. They sell you out first. You could not have, in many respects, worldwide slavery, either physical or mental, without the capitulation and the okay and the agreement of the individuals who, if they said no, it would never happen. So always look to the quizzling. Always look to this person within your group, within your country, within your gender, within your neighborhood, whatever the particular group is. They're the ones who are going to sell you out. Next, when everybody says something and it builds heft and momentum, when it's repeated repeatedly, there's something to this. There's something that you must pay attention to. You can't produce a theme or an idea and focus it and promote it if there's nothing there. You can't artificially create some lunatic version of society, of the world, whatever you want to call it, that doesn't exist, that has no bearing. You can't. You can't. What I am seeing in, I want to say carefully, my world, because believe it or not, I know this may come as a shock, but I am not necessarily known for my superstar inclusion in the ranks and annals of current African American entertainment strata and stratosphere. Okay, I know that may come as a shock, but not yet. The day is young. But within the conventional, prototypical, boomer world, whatever group I'm in, we have been screaming about this injection and infection and, dare I say, gender insurrection for the longest time of people trying to muddle, confuse, obscure, and to destroy firewalls between gender. Oh, there's always been a certain degree of overlap. So it's all playing together. Many of us in my particular political conspiratorium. We're wondering, why is there this effort to contaminate children and to confuse and obfuscate and to disorient them as to gender, what with drag shows and the like. And now we're seeing people, Griffin and Howard and Williams and Chappelle and others who are coming along and they're saying, what's going on here? Why has there been this obvious move? Now, my suggestion, and I ask those members of the black cognoscenti and intelligentsia, ask the people specifically who were involved in this. Ask, the Tyler Perrys and others to say, what is this preoccupation? Where did this come from? Look, there's always been a degree. Flip Wilson and Geraldine, okay? Milton Berle, Hasty Pudding, Some Like It Hot. You can go through the. There's always been a kind of a reference to it, but it's been extraneous. It's never been the primary theme. There is something here. And do you really want to hear something funny? All right. Not funny, but let me just throw this one at you. There has always been a theme. Now listen to me. There's always been a theme as to the purported fear of the black male sexual appetite, proficiency, proclivity, the energy. One of the reasons why reefer madness and the Hearst and Anslinger move and the DuPont family move to crush marijuana use, believe it or not, was because of the fear that it enlivened and agitated the black sexual energy, and we don't want that. One of the reasons, believe it or not, that when the temperance movement first came about, the Carrie Nation and others and those women's temperance league, they actually teamed with the Klan during the Prohibition era, because the Klan, of course, I don't have to tell you what the Klan is, but these women realized that, you know what, we have something in common. The Klan were kind of prohibitionists because that also liquor fueled and energized and enlivened this wild, unkempt, uncontrollable black sexual, energy and the like. Look at To Kill a Mockingbird. That famous scene with Brock Peters when the woman's cutting up a shiffer robe and there was this black, strong worker and the white young. I mean, this has been thematic and a theme forever. This idea of this wild, and please, I don't say this in any way racial, but their version of it, this savage, uncontrollable black sexual, and we have to do everything to shut this down. And what better way for people still who may subconsciously have that in the back of their mind and not even know it, than to encourage this preoccupation, predisposition, this predilection, so to speak, this focused attention to the feminization and the emasculation of the black male. Think this is far-fetched? You think I'm far-fetched? You think this is like, oh, come on. Really? Really? There are people in the world who spend a lot of time worrying about things called eugenics and a lot of other areas of concern that you may not understand, you may not agree with, but they're there. Listen to Katt Williams. Watch this. And all will eventually merge. All issues, all factions, all demographics, all political ideologies will one day merge. As everybody says, I understand exactly what you're talking about. Thank you, dear friend, for watching this. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and whatever I do, I beg, beseech, and implore you to comment as you see fit.